Namaskar. You are requested to please like the channel, like the program, and subscribe the channel. And you are very much welcome to the our program, the global public, the public global. Actually, friends, there are so many points where we want to discuss uh, upon those points, but now there are some few essential which requires to be special attention, your special attention, and special attention of all those who are loving the country, who are loving the democracy, and who are loving the peoples of India. Now we are passing through a very much a crisis period at this time. So what kind of crisis is there, we will discuss it. And the crisis of trust. So first we will discuss the crisis of trust in a domestic front. Our election commission is behaving in such a manner that people of India is also people of India. With the political parties, the opposition political parties, they are feeling that our election commission is not working properly. So that is not, they are losing their trust upon that. And it is very bad situation. It is not a situation like that, anything. The constitutional organization, the constitutional agencies are under facing such kind of problem of trust. So, but situation is like that. Why this trust deficit come to the in our life? And our election commission was so very prestigious constitutional agency that world could have a honor of that. For that agency, and it was very difficult to manage the election process of a country like India. But it has been done with some there may be some problems, there may be some complaints, but largely, and it was being done with very fairly, and it was done very freely. The free election was possible in India, and when we are talking about the free environment, the environment produced environment created by the election commission itself. So there were some external elements, there were some external forces out of political, out of our commission. Those who are creating some problems in holding the election commission in a proper manner, with a free manner. But the commission itself was not involved in that process. Our electoral commission, election commission always tried its best to put forth their efforts, and for that purpose, the democracy was being in a good condition. Of course, the quality of democracy always could not be better in our life also. So there were some points we lose the quality of our democracy. But the political quality of was very much bad situation, and day by day it rotted like anything. So after that, when the government came in force with a certain idea to change our constitutional morality and the constitutional practices in India, and what they tried to make it, they have certain ideology in their mind. They wanted to put it in the place of the constitutional tradition, the constitutional requirements of India. How and why it was? Because when the freedom movement was there, these rightist forces were not contributing, not participating in the freedom movement. And when the constitution was, we have framed our constitution in the right manner, there were so many discussions, and the rightist people and the right thinking people were also there, the left were also there, but the centralist people were there, those who wants to manage their life without any crisis, without any the blood revolution. India was dreamed to have a just society, very much regarding our opinion were there. if we will be able to achieve a modern society without any kind of bloodshed and that's so kind of the revolution. But uh, we have the leader like Mahatma Gandhi, the Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the leader like Mahatma Gandhi, who always told we always showed the way of the truth and the non-violence way. So non-violence was become an important political tool in the world politics also, not only in our domestic. It was Mahatma Gandhi who showed the path of the non-violence uh, and the power of the common people, the moral and ethical power of the people, and he also showed the politics without politics for betterment of the people. He was having so many differences of the political situation and the political theories was in practice in Western India and in the Western world. He has some reservations uh, about, about that. And his ideas was reflected very much in the Gram Swaraj and the Hind Swaraj, his books and his speeches and his whole life was a message. But of course, the pragmatic politics, or the pragmatism of the politics was not in such a fashion that we could have to follow it in the right manner. The political frequency and the social frequency and the frequency of the term and the science and technology was correlated in any manner. Nowadays, we are living in the technologically developed situation, but we have lost the moral authority and the moral sense of this time. We are not trying to help each other. We are not trying to settle our society in a certain manner, which is being called as a civilized position. So it is to be understood that our politics is taking us in such a direction which is not favorable to shape the humanity itself. So it's an although we are at the verge of the war, it may be the restricted, or it may be the small scale or the bigger scale of the war, but the war-like situation is also there. So now the heavy tariff floated by the charge by the U.S. authority, like Mr. Donald Trump, the USA president. So world is actually second in such a position that it is the new world order. What is new world order in this regard? What is new in this? So we have to consider it, what is new in this. So only the new is that every relationship and every sequence of the morality, or maybe it may be morality, it may be constitutionalities, whatever it may be, it has lost its its earlier definition, the earlier concept about the morality or constitutionalities, and whatever was important in our life. All those values have been uh, dislodged in our life. So we are not being guided with certain values to serve the humanity in a greater term, in a larger term. So it is here. So we have lost that relationship of the world. Of course, USA wants to be leader of the world, but more than that, he is trying to be the ruler of the world. He was trying to the what kind of I don't want to use any negative term in this regard, but he wants to control, he has to access and control of all of the world, including the developing country. And what is we are talking about the southern globe, the south globe of the global south of the world. So he is trying to look there. So Mr. Trump, what is he doing? He is doing at the cost of the humanity and the world peace. So it is being disturbed. Now the SCO meeting was there, and our Prime Minister attended that program. And we are somehow we are compelled to have the relationship, better relationship with China. Yes, China is our neighbor country. Pakistan is our neighbor country. It is our duty to maintain a good relation with China and Pakistan and all our neighbor countries and all over the world. But the realignment, the multi-alignment world, the multipolar world in the situation of the multipolar world. So we required multi-alignment, foreign policy, and our dynamics of politics was required in that manner, which can be understood by the uh, people of the world and the government of the world. Now, what is that? The government of the world is fighting each other, but the people of the world is facing the problems that we are having this situation. There are so many unemployment situation, the unemployment situation is now arise in our country, and so we are losing a phrase. So the earlier it was continuing the lacking of the employment opportunities was lost by economy like India and economy like India and other country also of the same situation. But now they phrase that we are losing as a country, the export country, we are losing the opportunity of having employment, whatever it was, less or more. So that is also under threat. So we have to develop such a relation with China also, but at the same time, China is also is not in such a position that can be treated as a long-term friend. Actually, the long-term friend and the permanent friend and permanent enemy cannot be defined in such a manner. So we have to evolve some new policies. So we have to prove ourselves that we are required for others. So we can serve others. Uh, we are meaningful presence in the world situation, in the world economy. We have to prove it. So now, what is the position? And our inner position is like that our democracy is under threat. When Prime Minister was visiting China, and it was very much understandable. We have convinced that when the Prime Minister is taking some uh, closeness to America, America the great, it was claimed that the democracy, the happy democracy, great democracy, the America was, when America was calling for his make America great again. So, but there was some sense of democracy was there, and we being as the biggest democracy of the world, we have some better relation with the America can help to maintain to improve the quality of the democracy in India, and it was supposed by the government of the India, by the present political forces, the political convention, but it was not done. So when America is doing that, he is not the leader of the democracy. He is not committed to spread the democratic sense and the democracy of the democratic values all over the world and the human behavior. Now he is what he is doing. He is doing the authoritarian behavior in the world, and it is not very difficult to understand that when one world uh, when we have faced the world war, so many world war situation, and how the humanity paid it for that. When the Germany was taking the wrong side of nationalism, the yes, nationalism is also having a certain positive values, but if it is in the wrong side, the nationalism can make any disaster, any kind of such a thing that human face can be defaced, can be heated. So the democracy, when the democracy will serve, whether the democracy is getting changed, and in that manner, in that context, when we see the we see our election commission's role in our country, and which is not committed to the people, but committed. It seems to be committed for the certain values of the other values which are not, which are at least hidden, and or which are those to whom our election commission is committed. It was not required. It was not supposed. But it is there. So whether we have to discuss in a very large scale, in a different manner, that whether the democracy is getting, the shape of the democracy is getting sensed by this action as per the world, and when the developed countries are also doing like the China and the Russia, and now America is also adopting the line of authoritarian government. So all these are apprehensions, and what India can do, it is a very difficult question amongst us. So our political system, this is the new world order, and this is the new that we have to restart. We cannot resolve, we cannot understand, we cannot define, we cannot have any solution of our current problem, the present problem, the contemporary problem with the experiences of our history, of our the humanity, the history of the civilization cannot produce any solution to resolve, cannot produce any solution of the present problem to resolve our situations in a right manner. So, friends, now the point of discussion may be among the civil society, the condition of the democracy and the getting changed itself. So now, so what kind of democracy we want to have and maintain in our country, and we can respond in a proper manner to the world situation. So now democracy is under threat, and all the right-thinking people of the civil society and as a part of the civil society, we must discuss our all the situations. So friends, today is our time. Will now just we will discuss. We don't want to produce any solution in the ready-made situation by this program, but we want to have to initiate a situation that the people should think about and give your feedback to us. Please comment, and please like the program, subscribe this channel, and put your comments, opinion regarding this. What kind of democracy India wants now? Because in democracy is we are passing through the process of undoing the democracy, and what kind of political situation and the political composition is ahead. Only Rahul Gandhi cannot fight with the situation. People of India should try to get the solution. Of course, the leadership of Rahul Gandhi is moving in the right direction with all those people who have been deprived since long. The historically deprived people, he is moving with them to attain a better India, a good India. So we hope for that. So that is the ideas of India, a new India in the new world order. A new India is required, but a new India must bear the consequences of the morality, and the constitutionalities also can be preserved, should be maintained. Without maintaining our constitutional background, we cannot have new India. New India must carry the India that dreamed by our forefather, the India which can achieve the society of the based on with the honor to the equality and coexistence and the harmonious society. So, friends, we must discuss on that. What kind of democracy we want here, and what kind of diplomatic approach of our government should be in the to have in the world forum when it is getting changed. But the change is there. So nowadays, some months, not years, some months will be very important. And the presidential, vice presidential election is also in India. But all those are culminating in the world situation. We cannot stand isolation in the world. So yes, our domestic process will be there, but most of the thing is more important, that the world situation is like that we have to think globally. We must act locally, and it is an old phrase that we must think globally. But now we have to act also globally. Our government of India will act, and the interest of India will be protected with this democratic sense, democratic values, and democratic structure. Thank you very much for today. We will talk later on. Please like the program, subscribe this channel, and initiate discussion to achieve opinion. Thank you very much.